What's going on, folks? The Old Soldier coming at you again today from Robeson County, North Carolina, where it's probably right about 35 degrees. And 35 degrees and cold, wet, and rainy. And as I've told y'all before, I don't mind being cold. Don't really mind being wet, but when you put the two together, it almost becomes, quite frankly, intolerable. But hey, God's in control of the weather, and I have to accept His judgment for whatever it may be. And a lot of us do, in fact, farmers around here, they'll tell you, a lot of years around here, especially in recent times, they've either got not enough rainfall in a season or they get too much. And this one's starting to push on the verge of too much. But anyway. So, let's talk about suppression of the First Amendment rights. Why? Been watching any of the news, which, I don't give two rats or ends about mainstream media, but you may have read where Gina Carano, I think is how you pronounce her last name, former MMA fighter, supposedly a good one. I'm not much into watching MMA, so I don't really know all that much about her than what I've seen in sports highlights. Long story short, the Disney Channel has relinquished her from her contract in the Lucasfilm series The Mandalorian. All because she made a comparison. It's all she did. The whole thing that they're saying that she made anti-Semitic comments, I've read the tweet, the copies of the tweet that were posted. All she stated is that people, we shouldn't be doing what the Nazis did to the Jews and the Gypsies and the Poles and all the other people that the Germans didn't like in World War II. And as if you know anything about the Third Reich, if you were a good German, if you were in support of the Nazi Party, if you loved Adolf Hitler as your leader, you were required, it was a duty to report out anybody that did not fit the description thereof. So, if your neighbor was a Jew, it was in your best interest to call the Gestapo. Where the Gestapo could come and get them and usher them out in the middle of the night. Now, mind you, your next door neighbor back then might not have had even one bit of Jewish blood or ethnicity in them. But if my neighbor didn't like me, yes, Gestapo, yes, Herr Old Soldier, yes, I know for a fact that he is 1/3 Jewish. I know this. We grew up together. I've been to his family gatherings. Next thing you know, I'm gone in the middle of the night. Nobody's ever heard or seen of me again. And that was what she was kind of elaborating to, is that kind of thing with Facebook and the Twitter and the Instagrams and this platform, even YouTube, is censoring. I think I told y'all yesterday, I'll remind you again, a buddy of mine on Facebook received a 30-day ban because he's just stating an opinion of what he believes the coronavirus, COVID-19, China virus, Wuhan flu. I want to make sure the YouTube censors will get all that. He's kind of informing people that, in his esteemed opinion, that it's a biological weapon inflicted upon us by the nation of China, the communist nation of China. Not free China, which is Taiwan, but communist China. Because it all falls into the communist goal, the communist plan of worldwide domination. Say it again. The communist plan of worldwide domination. They've already got their little foot soldiers here in the media marginalizing and demonizing anybody that does not agree with them, not even remotely agrees with them. Okay? And basically taking fact and declaring it a lie. And so now Facebook is taking it upon themselves to suspend or even outright delete people's Facebook posts for posting their opinions, or even just declaring it to be as such. I'll be the first one to tell you. Initially, I don't think I did, but I'm almost to the point of, I am at the point of saying it. The Wuhan flu, China virus, COVID, coronavirus, what has hit the United States, came out of a lab in Wuhan, China. I think it was released intentionally. My personal opinion is that a second strain got out as well, intentionally. One that now is mutating rapidly. Okay? Because there's multiple reports coming out of the UK and South Africa of the strains that they've got, that the so-called vaccinations that are being developed really has no impact against. Well, if you want to develop a biological weapon that's going to create panic and also cull some of the weaker parts of a population, you genetically modify a virus and release it. That's what's happened. Even though the World Health Organization, we know how trustworthy those bastards are, has come out and said that they don't believe, in their esteemed opinion, that the Wuhan flu come out of a lab in China, even though multiple reports indicate otherwise. Why? Because the WHO's in bed with the UN, the UN's in bed with the communists, therefore, he said, she said, de facto, there it is. And that, my friends, is what's going on. That is what we're up against. That's what we're dealing with. Social media platforms have become the SA-style brown shirts of the new Communist Party of America. They have determined that they're the ones that are going to regulate what people say, believe, and think. The Constitution be damned. The rule of law be damned. Now, I get it. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, this platform, they're all privately owned entities. So, yeah, to an extent, they can restrict who comes onto their platform. And they can impose so-called community standards against hateful or bullying speech. But when they start suppressing people when all they're stating is an opinion, and then misconstruing it as either racial or anti-Semitic or whatever, homophobic, anti-trans. I got another friend of mine that got a strike on his account because he put out there that it's wrong for men who think they're women to be allowed to compete in women's sports, and cited an example where several women had won these things, and cited another one where a so-called woman that's actually a man competing in MMA has busted the skulls of 2 or 3 of his opponents. And I said his, yes. That's the other thing. Trying to get you to accept the gender pronouns that people want to be addressed by. Well, I'm just going to call it to you the way it is. If you're a man, you are a he, him. If you're a woman, you're a she, her. If you don't like that, you can kiss my 4th point of contact. Now, if you're of the age of 18 and you've made the conscious decision that you want to have your internal pummeling re-scrambled to resemble that of the opposite sex of what you were born, hey, it's your money. You go spend it how you damn well please. But, sorry guys, I got the dogs with me. But I'm not going to sit here and cater to your sick delusions that you're something other than what you say you are. And if that bothers some of you out there, I don't know what to tell you. But once you go and have your surgery, okay, I'll play your game then. But until you do that, and your plumbing's still what God gave you it was, I'm going to call you by that pronoun. You don't like it? Again, you can kiss my 4th point of contact. Yep, couple things we've talked on, but till tomorrow, my friends, God bless, take care, stay safe, stay vigilant, stay armed. Soul Soldier out.